Yes, us. Welcome to the Kefi Life Podcast. My name is Kiki Vale, and I'll be your guide to creating a life of Ola Kala, all is well. Together, we'll get back to the basics, and we'll explore fresh new ways to flourish in mind, body, and soul the Greek way. You can look forward to interviews, stories, essential self-care strategies, recipes, and actionable takeaway Ola Kala moments. This is going to be so much fun. Let's get going. Πάμε! Our Lexi for today is Syntagí, or recipe. My favorite Syntagí is the one passed down from the generations. You get to keep your heritage. Most of the time, simple and basic ingredients are used, and the Syntagí, or recipe, connects you with a beloved person or place. Let's face it, friend. A Syntagí, or special recipe, is more than a combination of ingredients. It's a story, a memory, and a taste of the people and places that shaped it.
Kiki, where are we going for lunch?
Vasily's Mediterranean, obviously.
Again? What is it this time?
The grilled chicken, that fresh Greek salad, choriatiki, and don't even get me started on the olive oil.
That olive oil, the one with the little kick.
Yes, you know it's legit when it hits the back of your throat.
Okay, I'm coming. I need something healthy that actually tastes good.
That's the thing. It's not just food. It's a whole Mediterranean vibe.
Fine, but we're getting dessert too.
Done. See you at Vasily's. Vasily's Mediterranean, where fresh, flavorful, and feel-good come together for the most memorable meal. Eat as strangers, leave as cousins. Visit Vasily's this weekend in Naperville. Call 630-328-0431. And that's to reserve your table this weekend or anytime. 630-328-0431. Yes, and welcome back to the Kefi Live Podcast. You've got Kiki Vale with you, and I'm so excited to conclude the Mediterranean Diet and Longevity series with a very special guest who is on a TV series. It's very popular. Ted Pappas is a friend, but he's also a contestant on the current season of MasterChef with Gordon Ramsay. Ted, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you. Thanks for having me.
I am so honored and pleased to see you. Last time I saw you was at the watch party at Hillgrove Tap.
That's right. That's right. We had a big kickoff to watch me get my white apron on MasterChef on Fox with Gordon Ramsay.
That's so cool. That's so cool. How did you feel that night? Like, you guys, you had so many people there from so many walks of life. We saw Chef Nico. We saw JP from Brookhaven. We saw your family and friends. How did you feel that night?
It's a huge accomplishment to get on a show like that. So that night, to be able to see yourself and watch the episode when you haven't seen it before. So it's a little nerve-wracking because you don't know what's going to happen. We don't get to see it as contestants until it airs. But when you see it and you see how they portray you, and to be able to share my Greek heritage, my Greek culture, and of course Greek cuisine, it was no better feeling than that.
Well, this is perfect timing because Kefi Live, the podcast, just ranked for the first time ever #1 in the food category in Greece, Zito Alaba, and we're also top 150 in Chicagoland. So you being a contestant on MasterChef is pretty cool. I want to hear everything. How did you get the audition? What was the audition like? Give us like a Cliff Notes version of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So it started the summer beforehand, and getting asked to submit an application. And after that very lengthy process of interviews, Zoom interviews, phone calls, submittals, everything, then got a spot to be on season 16. And the way that MasterChef works is for this season, there are 4 regions that are represented, 4 teams. There is the Americas, there's Africa, there's Asia Pacific, and Europe, which I am representing, and representing Greece, which is a total great feeling to be able to represent Greece. And in each of those regions, they have an audition episode for each of us individually, where multiple home cooks submit an audition, and you cook there live for the judges, and then they decide who gets a white apron to go on and compete in the competition of MasterChef. Only 20 of the home cooks get a white apron. So I was fortunate enough, Chef Gordon Ramsay, Chef Tiffany Derry, and Joe all loved my dish, and I got my white apron, which I brought right here for us to see.
That is so exciting. Hold it up, please.
Yes,
I want
got
everybody
my
to
white
see this
apron.
white apron. That is so exciting. And, cooking can be such a beautiful art form, but we really put our personality and our spin on it. When you were making your recipe, did you have your grandmother's recipe?
You do put your own spin on it. So this wasn't one of my grandmother's recipes, but this was really a kind of a throwback to being in my dad's village in Greece and sitting along the water and just having trays of skewers, of trays of souvlaki come out for us. And for me, what I did is I wanted to do a little something different because it's Master Chef. You have to elevate your game when it comes to serving up something to Chef Gordon Ramsay. So I did a shrimp souvlaki.
That's right.
With a whipped feta mousse and blistered tomatoes, along with homemade pita, all in 45 minutes.
That's got to be stressful.
It is extremely stressful. Everything that you see on screen, the stress, the anxiety, the nail biting is all very, very real. Trust me.
The facial expressions.
Yes.
So what is the most stressful or challenging aspect of being on this program, preparing the meal in such a short time in front of Gordon Ramsay?
I would say the most challenging aspect is this is a competition show. This is for not only the title, not only the trophy, but a $250,000 grand prize. So this is a true competition series. And for me, the biggest stressful part of it is you have to create recipes on the fly. There is a challenge. You don't know what that challenge is, but you have to then create a recipe on the fly. And because of the theme of the international global gauntlet for season 16, you want to try to tie in your dish to your heritage, to your culture, to your cuisine. So not only do you have to come up with a recipe, do you have to go into the pantry, shop for it, you have to create it, present it to the judges, but it's all got to be tied into your brand and your culture.
That's got to be a little bit, like you say, challenging. And it is pretty interesting to watch on TV to see everybody's facial expressions. When you get selected, when you get the white apron, and then to see Gordon Ramsay. Speaking of Gordon Ramsay, what is he like?
Gordon Ramsay is great. To be able to present your dish as a home cook, when I've never worked in a restaurant, I have never served celebrity chefs to this level before outside of my other show that I was on a few years back. But that was a one-off. I don't do this on a regular basis. So to be able to serve it to him and to be able to get that feedback, and for him to be such a great expert and the other judges and give you positive feedback and say, here's what you did wrong, here's what you could do better, here's what we'd like to see, and then be able to take that and convert that into your next dish is really something that not a lot of people get to experience.
Oh, it's quite an honor. And it's also quite exciting. Did you make friends with any of the other chefs? Do you stay in touch?
I did. So I tell people that being on Master Chef is kind of like going to camp. That everybody in our season, we all went to camp for a week, and you develop these relationships, and like everywhere else and any sort of thing, you have different relationships with different people. But you have these camp counselors who are your judges, Chef Gordon, Chef Tiffany, and Joe, and the whole production. And then you have the cast from the other seasons. It's like they went to camp but at a different week. They had the same experience we had, maybe a little bit different counselors, different week, but we all have the same now very big family of being part of the Master Chef family, which just made it a great experience. So not only have I made friends and very close in contact with those from my season, being able to connect with individuals from other seasons, whether it's related to Greece and Greek heritage or whether it's individuals from Chicago, but to be able to expand that network is just so incredibly great.
Speaking of Greece and the Greek heritage and our culture and the food, what made you most proud to represent where we come from, Ted?
For me, just to be able to share not only the Greek cuisine, but the Greek culture, the hospitality that we have in the Greek culture is something that I know, so many cultures have, but I feel that this Greek culture and this hospitality is so much above and beyond, other cultures. So it was so incredible to be able to share what the culture is like and hospitality and this family bond that we develop as part of our team and Team Europe and being representing Greece. It's this really great feeling.
And that word that Ted brings up, hospitality, is so important in our culture. Philoxenia, friend of the poor.
Yep.
And, whenever we see each other or one another, we're always bringing each other something, and we have something in the kitchen to offer our friends and family. And I think that's really important here, is that aspect of hospitality towards another person. So, when you were on the program, were you thinking, like, how am I going to keep up with this? What was most on your mind besides wanting to just go all the way?
Of course, absolutely, to win the whole thing, but also to keep up with these other talented home cooks. You're in this pressure cooker, pun intended, with all these other great home cooks, and everybody's in the same situation. We're all trying to win this prize. We're all trying to see how we can work as a team in certain instances, how we work as an individual. But in the end, you realize everybody kind of has those same thoughts. Like, how am I going to keep up with everybody else? Everybody else is so talented. That's probably the biggest thing you're thinking of the whole time.
Well, we're really excited to watch this on Fox.
That's right. Airing on Fox Wednesday nights, 8/7 Central, and streaming the next day on Hulu. So if you've missed the episodes, you can go back on Hulu, stream the entire season as far as it's been released.
All right, this might be a silly question, but were these like recorded live? How did the process go for you in the program and still going?
It's a good question. So it's all filmed and completely done. So the entire season, we filmed the vast majority of it in one big group. So I'm gone from my family, my friends. You are disconnected from everybody for quite a few weeks, and it takes a toll on you. But that's part of the challenge, is you've got to do all these things. So away from home to be able to do all this, and then once that's all done, now they're editing it, and you see it as it comes out. It's really a cool experience to see how the team edits and how they put everything together, and it's a great flashback to see how that day was and what did I do and how do I remember it, and see what now everybody else gets to experience with me.
So Ted Pappas, what do you think about a career in TV?
I am not shy in front of the camera or the microphone. I love especially sharing on our heritage and our culture and our cuisine. Absolutely love doing the interviews. It's a great benefit of being a part of this whole experience.
You started out as an architect and you moved your way into kitchen. What aspect of the kitchen and food do you think lends health and wellness vibe to the Mediterranean diet? Like in our series now, as we conclude, what would you say, like, what was your shift to the kitchen, and why do you think the kitchen is so important for someone's longevity and wellness?
Yeah. And there's two great components to that. So my background as an architect, and then being able to rediscover my mom's old recipes is really kind of was the catalyst for getting into sharing more of my cooking. My mother and father passed away a decade and a half ago. And after about a decade, I started getting into her recipes and looking at things. And my mom had beautiful handwriting, so you could see her handwritten recipes. And for me, it was a couple things. So one, it was being able to look at those recipes. And then when it comes to cooking, it's a great mental health alternative, in my opinion. Not a mental health expert, but when you start cooking, you disconnect. You disconnect from technology a little bit. You've got to be able to conceptualize what you're making, maybe go shopping, prepare your menu, lay out all your ingredients, create that dish, and then to be able to have that experience with your family and friends while you're eating that dish. So that's a great component of the health when it comes to cooking. But then, of course, when we look at the Mediterranean diet and we look at the physical benefits, I feel that from my end, and what I've been sharing is a lot more fresh and non-processed items. Yeah. When you're making food at home, you just inherently start looking at things a little different. For me, it was looking at ingredients and what was I buying. And of course, when you're making your own dish, you're not buying something that's oftentimes prepackaged as a meal or as a dish, which we know has a lot of preservatives, a lot of additional ingredients in there that aren't necessary. When you get to simmer that down to some of the very basics, it makes a much better dish and a much better experience for your family and friends.
That sounds about right to me. So I want to know about Ted Pappas's kitchen here in Illinois. When you open your fridge or pantry, are there any staples that you have that you can always go to and prepare a meal? Do you follow a recipe or do you create on the go? How does it work for you, Ted?
Yeah, I do a little bit of both. I sometimes follow recipes, sometimes just on the go. Oftentimes, my wife and I share a folder and we put family meals to try. So my wife will see something on Instagram or somewhere else on social media, and she's like, "Hey, can you make this?" So I love trying new things, whether it's whether it's a Greek dish or whether it's something completely different. But of course, in a Greek house, we always have feta in the fridge. So we always have feta in the fridge, some pitas, or making fresh homemade pita now because I made it on Master Chef in my audition, and I'd never made pita before.
Oh, wow.
Before that day,
How did it go? You had to make
I made a couple. I made, I think, 4. I think I had dough for 4, but I made 2 just to make sure they turned out okay. I had never made pita before in my life. So now looking at things that as a home cook, not everything is made from scratch. You're a home cook. We don't have time to make everything from scratch. So oftentimes we kind of filter in some additional pre-made items. But now having this experience, being able to try new things, such as making homemade pita, and realize, oh, it is easy. And you know what? This is how my yaya, my grandma in Greece, would have made it. She's not going out to the store and buying prepackaged. She's going to buy it or somebody else had made it for her.
That's great. Well, I have to say I agree with you, and I like the fact we've got therapeutic opportunities here with cooking. We've got health and wellness. We've got natural, fresh, but we've also got couples cooking. My husband and I, over the holiday, the Paschal season during Lent, we made koulouraki, little Greek cookies.
Love it.
And it was so fun to get the batch together, to roll the cookies, to get the ingredients, and to try to do this as an activity together. It's nice to sit down and do something that is just relaxing, but also to be active with someone and then to create a result.
Yes, especially with families with kids.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 teenage daughters. And when you look at how making cookies, that's a big thing that my wife and my girls do. So I'm not a baker, so I will be there and I will participate, but they will take the lead on that. So if they're going to make koulouraki or kourimbiades, whatever they're going to make, that's what they make. And I just kind of participate, and they take the lead on that versus when we cook and I take the lead.
Do you have, because I know that you like to post on easy recipes, do you have a favorite easy recipe that you can call up like in a flash?
Ooh. That's really good. One of the things that I've been making recently is homemade gyro.
Really?
So, right, we know in America, the gyro, right, the big press cone, you go out to the kind of fast food place, the Kronos or whoever has that, it's ubiquitous throughout America and how gyro is. But it's so easy to make as a home cook. And I tell people, if you can make meatloaf, you can make gyro at home.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So fresh, so good.
Do you have lamb in there?
So much. I do, depending on my audience.
Okay.
I definitely do a lamb beef mixture, but depending on the audience, I might do 25 lamb, 75% ground beef, or usually 50-50. I do a ground beef, ground lamb mix. Different spices, different seasoning in there, and I bake it in the oven in a cake tin. I press it down so it becomes this pressed, like the pressed meat that you would see on the cone. And once that's done baking and you've got all the juices, very flavorful, you let that cool, you refrigerate it, and then you slice it really thin, like if you were going to shave it off of the cone, right? But you slice it really thin, and then you could put it in a frying pan, get that little crisp that you get when it goes around the rotisserie, right? The vertical rotisserie. You get that one side, and then you can make all your fixings for it, and you get this great homemade gyro that you're never going to get anywhere else.
That sounds delicious.
It really is so good.
Finger looking good. What about the tzatziki? Do you make your own tzatziki?
Of course, you got to make your own tzatziki. And I've got my mom's recipe.
We do the cucumber dip. It's like a cucumber dip, right?
It's that garlic cucumber, creamy garlic cucumber dip. Whether you're putting on a gyro, which is where probably most non-Greeks have seen it, but it's a great dip with pita bread, pita chips, fresh bread, whatever it is. it's the best.
Do you use dill?
I do.
I love
do.
dill. I love dill.
I do. And I know some recipes and everything use dill, not use dill. I use a little mint because my mom used mint. So I like to go off of her recipe as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what's next? As we conclude, 2 questions. What's next for Ted Pappas?
Yes, so much going on with the current season of MasterChef and trying to go out and promote myself, my background, and really looking at how being a home cook can help define you in what you want to do and something different than maybe what you've always been into.
Oh, so that's really good. But wait, really quick about the home cook. What is your mission personally? Are you trying to tell everybody that owns a kitchen or lives in a house that they can be a home cook for themselves and their families?
Yes.
Are you trying to impart this?
Yes. So I want to say you can elevate the home dining experience and not just be I'm going to make a meal. There's really so many components to the prep, the food, the ingredients, and the experience with your family and friends of what being a true home cook means.
Outstanding. So there is hope for all of us.
Yes, there is. Anybody can do it, no matter what level you're at.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Well, in conclusion, I'd just like to say, well, first of all, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, I just love watching you on Fox. I love seeing the interaction with the other chefs and Gordon Ramsay. I love watching your facial expressions on the show. It's so fun.
Yes.
It's just so fun. And additionally, there's one last question, which is, and I may have asked this before, but I'm going to ask it again.
Okay.
Because now you got a little more season in you, a little more life in you. But Ted Pappas, in my life, I've learned that.
Oh, in my life, I've learned that don't let one thing that you're doing define who you are. Have some variety in what you're doing and share that with others. So make the introduction to people and you'll find that your network will grow and it'll make your heart grow tremendously.
That is so wonderful because you truly are a person that connects the dots with people. You really share, you love, and you're always very generous with your time and your energy and everything that you do. So God bless you. And Yamas and good luck.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure always. As we conclude our 8-week Mediterranean diet and longevity series, can't believe it's over, a heartfelt thank you, Ευχαριστώ to Ted Pappas for helping us bring this inspiring journey to a meaningful close. It's really my hope, friend, and the hope of our entire team here at Kevi Life that you have gathered kernels of wisdom from our remarkable guests, some insights that will help you live longer, healthier, and, of course, more joyfully. My deepest gratitude goes out to our loyal partners who made this very series possible. Vasily's Mediterranean in Naperville, Infuse Well Concierge Health and Aesthetics in Hinsdale, and of course, Tassa's Greek Restaurant in Kansas City, celebrating 50 years of life. Your support and commitment to wellness have helped bring this vision to life, and I thank you so much, Morgan Scofis with all the social media, Liz Dorner for the Kefi Life products aligning with the series, and for all of you who attended the Mediterranean Diet Library series. All of you guys are awesome. Let's do it again. I know that sounds like a lot of thank yous, but this really was a big ordeal for the last 2 months. We really put it together for the intention of helping you to be olekala all as well. Friend, in the meantime, I would love to hear from you. Please be sure to share your feedback, your favorite moments, and the lessons that you learned along the way. You can email me, kiki@kefilife.com. And knowing what resonated with you will help us to have better programming and content in the future as our community grows stronger together. And that is the key, growing stronger together. All right, here's the real news. Kevi Life, the podcast, is taking a little break. We're going to return in September in a couple months with an all-new series designed to nourish you through culture, storytelling, and the medicinal power of food. You know that expression, food is medicine, medicine is food, and we're going to talk all about it. Until then, I'll be taking that short break. I'm going to be focused on and completing the Kevi Life book. I've been writing it. It's a project very close to my heart, and I need some concentrated time to get this done. Let's stay connected in the meantime. You can continue to receive our daily dose of olekala encouragement when you follow Kefi Life on Instagram and TikTok, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn at Kiki Vale. And of course, don't forget, the Kefi Life newsletter will continue to arrive in your inbox with inspiration, wellness tips, and Mediterranean living and insights. My friend, I wish you with all my heart a summer filled with health, happiness, laughter, meaningful moments, and beautiful memories. May this be the happiest and best summer of your life. Until September, Ola Kala and Kefi to you always. During the Kefi Life Mediterranean Diet and Longevity Series, we'll be sure to talk about olive oil as liquid gold, wild greens as medicine, and of course, community as the heartbeat of a long life. But here's something we don't always talk about: modern depletion. In other words, travel, stress, deadlines, and performance. You can eat beautifully all day long and still run low at the cellular level. What's a person to do? Well, I say consider a longevity boost with IV therapy. Infused Well Concierge in Hinsdale delivers antioxidants, hydration, and micronutrients directly into the bloodstream, supporting that energy, immunity, and recovery. Even when you eat beautifully, your body still may need targeted support. All therapies are administered by a licensed medical professional. Feel energized, resilient, and restored with Infuse Well Concierge Hydration Therapy. For more information, visit @InfuseWellConcierge on Instagram or call them 630-915-7374.
Yamas! Today I'd like to personally invite you to sign up for my Tuesday newsletter. Why? Because here I will directly communicate with you, sharing additional wellness content and promotions that our team has created for you in mind. I promise not to overload you, only further inspire you. Visit KefiLife.com today, sign up for the Tuesday newsletter, bringing you one step closer to Ola Kala, all is well.
Kiki Vale is the founder of Kefi Life. She is passionate about whole person wellness and living a fulfilled life. Her Kefi Life podcast is created to simply and naturally help you harmonize the mind, body, and soul the Greek way. Visit KefiLife.com and check out Kiki Vale on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Join us again next time for more positive energy and inspiration on Kefi Life.